All right, let's talk about Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams. Had a really good offensive showing against the New England Patriots. Did a lot of really nice things. It wasn't all perfect. We'll get into a negative or two. It was pretty good, though. So, yeah. Also, real quick, before we get too far into this, I will mention I do have a movie channel. If you like watching movies, like talking about movies, you can check that out. The link is in the description below. It is called Jackson Kruger Movies. I do like some, movie reviews and then some other fun movie-related topics that I like to get into. So, yeah, if that seems like your kind of thing, check it out. But anyway, let's get back to the film study. Starting off with this play, which is exactly what really Sean McVay wants to do with his offense, is there is going to be a play action against zone coverage, which, usually these are really deadly, and this is how this play can work for the Rams. They have that player who's going to run more of an over-the-middle route. Usually these plays are pretty deadly against zone coverage when you're running a play action because the linebackers have to be aware of a potential run. They move in. You can throw over the top of them. But Sean McVay is doing something a little bit different, as he tends to do. He doesn't just run these plays the simple way. Because then Nacua, who was in motion from the offense's left to the offense's right, which just adds to the confusion, he's then going to kind of follow him. Hopefully for the Rams, usually the way this works is everyone kind of covers that first route, or does what they can to cover that first route, and Nacua could get wide open. Watch. Stafford takes the snap, he runs this play, looks over towards Nacua, and as it's a little hard to see here with the sun in the way, but as you see, Nacua is open. This is a play that's absolutely working. And again, this is what the Rams can do to you. Stafford isn't going to miss that throw. He does make it. They're able to pick up a big gain there. So, again, you could sit here and say, it's the Patriots defense. They haven't been great this season. But at the same time, this is good stuff to take advantage of that and to, run concepts that would, to be honest, work against anybody. Heading over to a play like this, I really think a big part of what we're seeing, though, is just Stafford just looks different with Nacua and cutback. He just does. I mean, this whole offense does, which makes sense, right? I mean, two superstar wide receivers, every team is going to look different when you add those two guys or take them off, right? That's a big difference. This play, it's a man coverage concept, and it's just like, it's so hard to cover these guys one-on-one. I'm going to critique some of what the Patriots did here. I guess now, why are you doing man coverage so much? This is not a good idea. That is the route that Cooper Kupp is going to run. He's currently lined up in the slot, but as we'll get into a little bit later in this video, when he's in the slot, he is not a slot receiver. You still have to treat him like he is a number one receiver, because watch how when this play begins. Look at this route. I mean, he is wide open right here. Doesn't get much more open than this. He's someone who can just dominate these one-on-ones. Again, Stafford not going to miss that throw, making it easy for him. And this is just the kind of thing that they can do. So you got to be more careful there for sure. This play was probably the biggest what are you doing Patriots play, I would say. So this is going to be a cover zero. So, okay, playing aggressive here. For whatever reason, they had the idea that blitzing Stafford was the way to beat him. And I wonder if they saw something when the Rams just didn't have their top receivers and thought, okay, maybe this is the way we can beat them. Looking up the numbers this season, he's been about the same whether he's blitzed or not blitzed, but certainly when you factor in the fact that he's now going up, he now has his top two receivers, feels like blitzing him, maybe not the best idea, especially the way they're doing it, which is a cover zero blitz, and they do not have Christian Gonzalez on either Puka Nacua or Cooper Kupp here. He's on Demarcus Robinson, so I mean, hey, anytime you can take him out of the play, I guess you got to do it, but watch. Right there, Cooper Kupp. I mean, this is, again, like I said, when Cooper Kupp is on the field, I don't care if he's lined up in the slot. He is the number one option. He's the guy you got to look out for. Nacua is great too, but Kupp is the guy. He's the one you watch. Same thing with like the Chiefs and Travis Kelce. When Travis Kelce is on the field, you don't say, he's just a tight end. You treat him like a number one option. Here, Matthew Stafford probably can't believe what he sees. One-on-one matchup with Kupp. As of right here, is this the most open play you'll ever see? No. Is this pretty open? Yes. And to make matters worse, the defender trying to, cover Kupp decides to dive for that when he really didn't have a chance at making the play. So not great defense. Maybe Christian Gonzalez would have done a better job. We won't ever know because then Kupp is able to just jog in for a touchdown. And he really did jog in for that touchdown. Good stuff here by the Rams, right? Find a matchup, take advantage of it. Also for the Patriots, though. Could have done this a little better, I think. But hey, good teams take advantage of their opponent's mistakes. That's what the Rams did. But also there's just something like this too, which this is going to be Puka Nacua. This is just a pure, this is an outside route. Like, this is not him lined up at the slot doing anything fancy. This is just how the Patriots are electing to cover this, is they have a one-on-one matchup. And again, I mean, the Rams are going to look here. When this play begins, you're going to see that, I mean, is it wide open? I don't know. I wouldn't say this is like horrible coverage. We've seen some bad coverage earlier. This doesn't seem to be the worst coverage we've seen. Don't get me wrong. It is open. I mean, there is a window for Stafford to make this throw. So, like, definitely you see why he's deciding to make this pass. This is Jonathan Jones, who I should mention was also the player on the last pass that gave up that big play. As you see here, he gives up this big play. Really good job by Nacua running the route and then also making a tough catch. That wasn't Stafford's best throw, but, you know, at the same time, I think it's kind of intentional a little bit to make it a little bit off, to, you know, trust Nacua that he can make the tough catch and make sure he doesn't underthrow it or throw it too far behind to where it could get deflected or even intercepted. So maybe I'm giving Stafford too much credit. I don't know. Either way, heck of a play by Puka Nacua. And then also even something like this, where, okay, this is finally going to be zone coverage that the Patriots are in, but part of the issue is, again, like I said earlier, the Rams can scheme up against zone coverage so well. Patriots feel like they have to play man, but they can't cover the receivers. So what do? I mean, you lose. That's usually what you do. Here, what's going to happen is it's going to be a play action, and this is not one of their top guys they're trying to get open. This is Colby Parkinson, who's been an effective tight end for them. He's you know, had an all right, I would say had a pretty good season, but you see what he's going to do here. Stafford runs this play action. He looks in Parkinson's direction, and they're just so fooled in that play action. I mean, Stafford just throws essentially a fadeaway, just trying to get the ball down there as quick as possible. The Rams do have Parkinson is open here. As you see, well-thrown ball, they get the touchdown. So, yeah, a lot of really good stuff. And then, unfortunately, a collision on the, after the catch. That's not good, but still, as a whole. So, some really good stuff here by Stafford. Like I said, it wasn't all perfect. This play, which was a key play, if the Rams convert this first down, they basically win the game. Not officially, but they're feeling pretty good about themselves. You have Puka Nacua running a go route on the outside. One-on-one matchup. They're going to try it here. When this play begins, it's once again our guy Jonathan Jones, who's probably not enjoying watching this video too much if he is. I doubt he is, but I also hope he is not for his sake. Although here, got to give him some credit. Big spot, one-on-one matchup against Nacua. As you see, he is able to, get the job done there. Really good defense. They weren't able to convert all of them, for sure. It was a bit of a battle, but it was a battle that was overwhelmingly won by the Rams. And again, if you have Sean McVay and you can scheme this stuff up over the middle consistently, and you have two really good options, it's hard to stop, because there really isn't a defense you can play against them unless you just happen to have a defense that has really good corners that can at least hold their own against Nacua and Kupp. And I don't know if that defense exists. So, yeah, I mean, this is the Rams team that when they're firing on all cylinders, they're going to look really good. That's what happened in this Patriots game. And I do think that for the Rams, who do need to go on a little bit of a run here if they're going to make the playoffs, because they are 5-5, this is how they can do it. And they've already kind of been going on that run, because they were, 1-4 at one point. So, yeah, some good stuff here by the Rams. That's what I think. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from y'all, and of course, as always, thanks for watching.